When you hold a hot piece of charcoal, you can quickly release it. But when you hold a hot woman, she will not release you easily. Welcome to section 3 of chapter 35 of the Holy Quran. Let's go. Ya ayuhan nas, antum, antum al al fukara'u ila Allah. Yeah, that's it. Ya ayuhan nas, antum al fukara'u ila Allah. O ye men, it is ye that have need of God. Fukara'u, need. Wallahu huwa al-ganiyun al-hamidu. But God is the one free of all wants, ganiyun, worthy of all praise, al-hamid. Let me take it straight in English. O ye men, it is ye that have need of God, but God is one free of all needs, worthy of all praise, ganiyun al-hamid. Note rate is 3898. 3898. Oh yeah, I did 97. 3898. What is man? What is man that God should care for? What is man that God should care for? Oh, should care for him, pardon. Pardon me. What is man that God should care for him, instruct him, and send him special messages to warn him of danger and harm? It's a question. It is man that depends on God and has need of him every moment of his life indeed. God has no need of him. God has no need of man. He does not have any need of me or you or any creature on earth that he himself has created. So God has no need of man, but he bestows his grace on him as on all his creatures out of his unbounded mercy and loving kindness. Loving kindness is affinited. Full stop. If it were God's will, he could blot out man. He could blot out man for his rebellion and create an entirely new world. It is out of his mercy that he doesn't. And that's no 3898 to sign 15. Let's go to sign 16. In Yesha, no, in Yesha, yashibukum, wa yati bihalikin jadidan. In Yesha'u yashibukum, ويأتي بهلكم ويأتي بهلك جديد. If he so pleaseth, he could blot you out. If he so if he so pleased, he could blot you out and bring in new creation. Blot you out. Yes, hibukum. Yes, hibukum. Yes, hibukum. Blot you out and bring in new creation. No note to that. So let's go to 17th Street. وَمَا ذَلِكَ عَلَىٰ اللَّهِ بِعَزِيزٍ. وَمَا ذَلِكَ عَلَىٰ اللَّهِ بِعَزِيزٍ. Nor is that at all difficult for God, sorry. Nor is that, subhanallah, sorry. Nor is that all difficult for God, nor is that at all, pardon me, nor is that at all difficult for man, nor is that at all difficult for God. I'm repeating man again, pardon me. Nor is that at all difficult for God. At all is in brackets. Without it, it reads, nor is that difficult for God. وَمَا ذَلِكَ عَلَىٰ اللَّهِ بِعَزِيزٍ. Azizin here is interpreted as difficult. No, 3890. 3890. No. We did 3898. No, it's 3899 rather. No, 3899. Difficult for God. 3899. There is no limit to God's creative power. No, his creation, nor is his creative energy anything rare or unusual. Full stop. This is the force of the word Aziz here. Ah, I see. Eh? So that's why Aziz here is interpreted as difficult. The commentator is telling us now. This is the force of the word Aziz here. Full stop. God's creative energy is exercised every moment, and it is a normal condition in the universe. It's a normal condition in the universe. That's no 3899 to sign 17. Let's go to sign 18. ولا تزير وزيرة وزرا أخرى ولا تزير وزيرة not وزيرة ولا تزير وزيرة وزرا أخرى. Nor can a bearer of burdens وزيرة bearer of burdens bear another's burden, a burden, bear another burden. Wizra أخرى another burden, another's burden. وإن وإن تدعو وإن تدعو مثقلة وإن تدعو مثقلة إلى حملها لا يحمل لا يحمل منه شيء. If one heavily laden should if one heavily laden should call another to bear his load. Bear is here in brackets BEA. Without it, it reads, if one heavily laden, if one heavily laden should call another to his load, not the least portion of it can be carried by the other in brackets, وإن تدعو متكلة إلى حملها لا يحمل منه شيئا. ولو كان ولو كان ذا قربى ولو كان ذا قربى can be carried by another, even if even though he be near even though he be nearly related. ولو كان ذا قربى, even if it's nearly related, he cannot help you. The one who carries load cannot help you. The one asking for help cannot help you to carry it, even if he's of a near relationship with you, a near relation of you. The kurba. لو كان ذا قربى لو كان قربى إنما تنذر الذين يخشرون ربهم. إنما الذين يخشون pardon me. إنما الذين يخشون ربهم بالغيب وأقاموا الصلوات وأقاموا الصلوات. Even though no near relation after later, though thou cannot but want such as fear their Lord and sin. Thou Muhammad in brackets, in my own brackets, thou canst, Old English, CANST, thou canst but warn such as fear their Lord and sin. Do I repeat it? إنما تنذير الذين يخشون ربهم, fear their Lord, بالغيب, unseen. Uh, وأقاموا الصلوات, unseen, and establish regular prayer, أقاموا الصلوات. Establish regular prayer. ومن تزكى فإنما يتزكى لنفسه. ومن تزكى إنما يتزكى لنفسه. If one is pure, he is pure to his own soul. Let's go to the proper translation. And whoever purifies himself does so for the benefit of his own soul, لنفسه. وإلى الله مسير. وإلى الله المسير. وإلى الله المسير. And the destination is to God. I omitted brackets there. Let me add the brackets. And the destination, al-masiru, of all in brackets, is to God. The notes therein are 3880, 3880, oh my God, 3880 818283 0123. Four notes. Let's go to 880 first. And what is it against? It's against bearer, waziratun, bearer of burdens. Waziratun, bearer of burdens. 8900. 8900, bearer of burdens. 8900 or 8900. Pardon me. Bearer, hamilatun. Bearer, hamilatun. Hamilatun, bearer, colon. Hamilatun in italics, colon. Feminine in Arabic. So hamilatun, it ends with T. Feminine in Arabic, as referring to the soul, nafs, yes. As referring to soul, nafs in brackets, as in chapter 6, and arm, as in chapter 6, sign 164. Let's go to 3901. 3901. Even though be nearly related, kurba, zil kurba, or zal kurba, even though nearly related, 3901. 3901. Natural relationship may be considered as a reasonable cause or opportunity for bearing each other's burdens. Yes, in this world. You have a problem, you cry to your neighbor, he will help you. Full stop. For example, a mother or a father might offer to die for her or his child, and vice versa. Full stop. But this does not apply to spiritual matters. Full stop. There, the responsibility is strictly personal and cannot be transferred to another. Full stop. In chapter 29, 29, I think that's Ankabut. In chapter 29, sign 13, we are told that the misleaders will bear, we are told that the misleaders will bear other burdens along with their own, and this in double inverted commas, will bear other burdens in their own. That is what we are told in chapter 29, sign 13, semicolon. But the contrast, no, but the context shows that the other, and other is in double inverted commas, but the context shows that the other burdens are the burdens of deluding others, with their falsehoods. So the two meanings are different. In chapter 29, we have, you can bear. In chapter 29, you cannot bear. And the explanation is given here. But the context shows that other burdens are the burdens of deluding others with their falsehood. Full stop. Both sins are their own. This, their original sin, and the sin of deluding the others. Full stop. But the responsibility will be doubled. But the responsibility will be doubled. Full stop. Let's go to 3902. 3902 rather. Let's go to 3902. Second note, no, third note rather, to sign 18. 3902. Their Lord and sin. Yes. Owner. Rabahum Bilgebe. 3902. Bilgebe in italics, full stop. Unseen in the adverbial sense, unseen in the adverbial sense, full stop. The man, comma, who, comma, though he does not see God, so realizes God's presence in himself as if he saw him, comma, is the man of genuine faith. And for him, God's revelation comes through many channels. Through with th comes through many channels and is always fruitful. So a paramount thing in religion is to do everything as if God is there with you. Imagine that you are seeing him. So as I'm reading, I'm imagining that God is here listening to me, and God is with you. God is here, yes, seeing me and listening to me. And God is with you, the viewer, eh, knowing what is in your head, whether you are condemning me or you are gaining from the reason. And so is the man genuine faith. And for him, God's revelation comes through many channels and is always fruitful. 3902. We now go to 3903. Which is, I believe, the fourth note in 3903. Establish regular prayer. And this phrase has come in so many times. Akamu salawat. Establish regular prayer. Prayer is one of the means of purifying ourselves of lower motives in life. For in prayer, we seek the presence of God, full stop. But the purity which we seek is for our own souls, colon. We confer no favor on God or on any power in the spiritual world, comma, as some imagine who make gifts in inverted commas, as some imagine who make gifts to God, full stop. In any case, the destination of all is to God, Al-Masih. Al-Masih, the destination to all is God. We now go to, I think that's why we finished the fourth note to sign 18. Let's go to sign 19. وما يستوى الأعمى والبصير وما يستوى الأعمى والبصير. The blind and he that sees cannot be the same. Ma istawa. The blind and the seeing are not alike. That's the Arabic side of it, as I'm reading. I wasn't reading. The blind and the seeing are not alike. And that's all for sign 19 with the note 3904, 3904, 3904. How are we offered some contrast? No, I say how. Now, not how. Now, we are offered some contrast between those who obey God's law and are thus citizens of God's kingdom, and those who are rebels against God's kingdom and are thus outlaws. Full stop. How can they be considered alike? They can't never be considered alike. I'm giving the answer. How can they be considered alike? Full stop. The godly are like those who see, as contrasted with those who are blind. And you see the irony here. Those who see God, even though He's absent, are rather those who can see, and those who fail to see Him when He's absent are rather those who are blind. That's the irony in it. So, uh, the godly are like those who see, as contrasted with those who are blind. Semicolon. And their motives and actions are like the purest and highest light, comma, contrasted with the depths of darkness. Or, to take another metaphor, their lives are the genial and warmth given is hyphenated, or the genial and warmth-giving heat of the sun, comma, which benefits all who come within its influence, contrasted with the chilly shadows, contrasted with the chilly, not child, contrasted with the chilly shadows of gloom in which no vegetation flourishes. And that's note 3094 to sign 19. The note is even longer than the sign itself. Hmm? All right, let's go to sign 20 without a note. Hmm? Wala azulumatu, wala anuru. Wala azulumatu, wala anuru. Nor are the depths of darkness and the light. Hmm? It's a continuation of chapter 19. In fact, they should have come together. Hmm? So let me take the two signs together. The blind and the seeing are not alike, nor are the depths of darkness and the light alike. Mm. I like my own word. Mm. No, because of that, there is no note. The note to read is covered in 3904 with the note 19. So, chapter 19, sign 19 and 20 bear the same note. Mm. Let's go to 21. Wala azulu, wala al, wala alha, wala al haruru. Nor are the chilly shades and the genial heat of the sun, and chilly in brackets, genial in brackets, nor are the shade and the heat of the sun. Mm. Wala azulu, wala al haruru, hururu, heat of the sun, al hururu. Ah, no note to it. No, there's no note to it. So let's go to 22 straight away. Mm. وما يستوى وما يستوى الأحياء ولا الأموات. الأحياء and الأموات, the living and the dead, nor are alike those that are living and those that are dead. La istawa, they are not alike. Mm. Inna Allah, inna Allah yusma'u, inna Allah yusma'u man yasha'a. Inna Allah yusma'u man yasha'a. God can make any that He wills to hear. Inna Allah yusma'u. Mm. God can make any that He wills man yasha'a to hear. Mm. Wama anta bi musmi'u. Wama anta bi musmi'in man fil kubur. Wama anta bi musmi'in man fi kuburi. To bear. But thou canst not. But thou canst not make those to hear who are buried in griefs. Fi kuburi. Buried is in brackets. Without the brackets, it reads, can. But thou canst not make those to hear who are in griefs. The note to read 3905. 3905. The final contrast is between the living and the dead, semicolon. Those whose future has in it the promise of growth and fulfillment, and those who are inert and on the road to perish. Full stop. With God, everything is possible. Colon. He can give life to the dead, but, but human, but the human teacher should not expect that people who are spiritually dead, spiritually is in brackets, but uh, but the human teacher should not expect that people who are dead, I've omitted the spiritually, people who are dead and buried will by any chance hear the call. By any chance hear the call. 3905 is the note to sign 22. Let's go to sign 23. Inna in anta illa nazirun. In anta illa nazirun. These pronouncements are to the prophet himself. Mm. What does it say? Thou art no other than a warner. Thou art no other than a warner. In anta illa nazirun. Inna arsalnaka bilhaq. Inna arsalnaka alhaqin. Bashiran wa naziran. Repeating the previous sign. Verily, we have sent thee with truth, bilhaq, as bearer of glad tidings and a warner, basiran wa naziran. Uh, وإن من أمة إلا هلا فيها نذير ومن وإن من أمة إلا هلا فيها نذير. And there never was a people, ummatin, without a warner, having lived among them in the past. In the past is in brackets. Mm. And all that is summed up in Arabic as wa in min ummatin illa hala fiha nazirun. Hala fiha illa halla halla fiha nazirun. Illa halla fiha nazirun. Without a warner, having lived among them fiha in the past in brackets. The note to is 3907. I don't know if I did 06. Let's see. 06. Did I do 06? Mm, I didn't. 06. Mm, 06 first. The function of a prophet is to preach God's truth, to point out the right way, to show man the need of repentance, and to warn them against the dangers which they incur by living a life of evil. Which they incur by living a life of evil. If you live a life of evil, you are going to incur dangers. He cannot compel them to accept the truth. Muhammad cannot compel you or I to accept the truth, or listen to the message. Yeah, you can walk away. He doesn't care, or to listen to the message. Then we now go to note for 24. What I read was note for 25. Note for 24, which ends with 7, 3907. It is God who sends the revelation, full stop. While there is warning in it for the heedless, there is a good news. There is good news, not a good. There is good news for those who listen and repent, full stop. The warning always came to all peoples before punishment. So there's no warning before punishment. Is there in other parts of the Quran? Before any calamity, there is a warning. The warning always came to all peoples before punishment. And that's no 3907 to sign 24. Let's go to Psalm 25. Let's go to Psalm 25 first. وإن وإن تكذبوك فقد كذب الذين من قبلهم. And if they reject you, كذبوك, so did their predecessors. من قبلهم. So did their predecessors. So did. And if they reject thee, so did their predecessors. من قبلهم جاءتهم رسولهم بالبينات جاءتهم رسلهم pardon me جاءتهم رسلهم بالبينات. Their predecessors, to whom came their messengers with clear signs. To whom came their messengers with clear signs. بالبينات. So their predecessors, they were clear signs before them, but they rejected them. And if you, Muhammad, they reject you, so were did their predecessors reject the message. In other words, wabil wabil zuburu wal bil kitab, messengers with clear signs, wabil zuburu wabil kitab. Zubur, scriptures, and the scriptures, and the illuminating book, wal kitab mubin, wal kitab pardon me, wal kitab munir. Wabil zuburu, scriptures, wabil kitabi munir, and an illuminating book. The note to read is 3908. Scriptures, Zuburu, and illuminating book, Kitabe, Munir. 3908. The three things were mentioned, the three things here mentioned are also mentioned in chapter 3, Psalm 184. Chapter 3, Psalm 184. Where I have explained the meaning in note 490. Viewers, you can go back there and refer in your leisure time. Full stop. All spiritual teaching centers around the evidence of God in our lives, the sublime teaching of prophet of God, and the rules and laws which guide holy living. The rules and laws which guide holy living. And that's note 3908 to Psalm 25. Let's go to the Psalm 26. Psalm 26 with one note. Tumma, tumma ahastu allazina kafaru. Tumma ahastu allazina kafaru. In the end, that's tumma. In the end, did I punish those who rejected faith? Ahastu stands for punishment. And how terrible was my punishment. فكيف كان نكير. وكيف كان نكير. And how terrible is in brackets, was my punishment. Nakir. The note to read is 3909. 3909. Compare chapter 22, Al-Hajj 44, Psalm 34, and chapter 34, Sabah, Psalm 45. The rejectors of God hardly realize the terrible consequences to them individually and collectively. Full stop, comma. If God's grace is withdrawn from them and they are left to perish in their own sins and wrongdoings. Let me take it again. The rejectors of God hardly realize the terrible consequences to them, individually and collectively, if God's grace is withdrawn from them and they are left to perish in their own sins and wrongdoings. And that's note 3909. Last note to section 3, which ends with Psalm 26. When we come back next in our next episode, God willing, we shall go straight to section 4. And section 4 begins with sign 27. Thank you very much. Ilal kai. Bye bye. Au revoir. May God be with you all. Assalamu alaikum.